Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Today is January 31st, 2022, we got another RuneScape update for y'all. We see the release of the 20-year veteran cape, as well as another patch week, so without further ado, let's jump right in the video, let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, before we get into the main game update, I do want to mention that Jagex has teamed up with Steamforged Games if you're interested to create 2 tabletop games. There is a survey that will be linked in the news post, and I'll have the link to the news post down in the description, so you can check it out there, and you can help shape what these tabletop games end up being. There is a board game and a tabletop role-playing game that they are making. So once again, there's 2 tabletop games that Jagex is teaming up with Steamforged Games to make, and there is a survey that you can take part of to help shape the overall look of those games. That said, looking into the game, they've released a 20-year veteran cape today. Do note that membership and the concept of Rune Days was only implemented on the 27th of February 2002. So those of you able to get a 20-year vet cape are only those who have had membership way back then. But if you are eligible, congratulations. Head on over to Lumbridge, just like you would with the other veteran capes, and talk to Hans and claim your 20-year veteran cape. Anybody who had their account active since February 28th, 2002 can pick it up today, and all players will be able to claim their cape after 7,278 days instead of exactly 20 years going forward. Now with all that out of the way, we're going to look at those patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update, so let's check it out. Starting off with some general changes, since the release of Archaeology, they noticed that the Ripper Demon familiar is the optimal choice for a majority of combat scenarios, so they've done some balancing to pass on some of the lesser used familiars to give them a bit more potential. The Hellhound has its damage reduction passive effect increased from 10% to 20%. The Blood Reaver has its HP pushed from 8,300 to 20,000. The scroll effect decreased from 10% to 5%, which means that the total healing overall is increased, and the healing to damage passive effect is increased from 25% to 33%. Looking at the Calgary Demon, there was a bug fix where the special attack speed was incorrect given its damage rating. They've updated to its intended attack speed, increased from 4.8 seconds to 2.4 seconds. The crit Cal scroll effect duration is increased from 15 seconds to 60 seconds, and the familiar has a new passive that grants 1% crit chance to anybody with a Calgarian familiar. Moving on, rewards from the Oasis Restoration community event can now be unlocked as rare drops by skilling on Het's Oasis. The Duel Arena Destruction cutscene will now automatically play when talking to Iclarin by the entrance instead of when entering the area. The community chest and task board have now been removed from Het's Oasis. Improved digging functions of Meerkats and Void Ravenger. Fixed an issue with teleport to Crystal Chinchampa via Volcanic Trapper Head. The Kamishima Sanctuary was visible from the Ark world map. This was unintended, has now been fixed. The Let Us Slay achievements platform-specific description now refers to either Turiel or Spraya, according to your current Berthorpe Slayer master. If a player has previously completed the Troll Warzone Gelatinous Abominus task, Turiel will now skip the step in his Berthorpe path that required the player to defeat Gelatinous Abominations. Fixed an issue during the In Search of the Myrique quest where dialogue with Veliath was far too light to be read against the chat box background. Additionally, the NPC introductions and steel weapons list have been converted to pop-ups to make it easier to read and understand what you have left to complete or gather. The string jewelry spell icon included a small Zaros god symbol. This was unintentional and the symbol has now been removed. Fixed an issue with examine text of Glaciors and Glacites in the Glacior front. Updated the font color of the Garden of Tranquility item list. The text should now be easier to read. And Zemarigal's notes on the other Majorot have been updated to be more readable. Lastly, we have a mobile fix. They've released some new art for checkboxes on mobile, and they have left a note on some awaiting fixes. There's a number of community requested fixes, including hitboxes and invisible fire in Cabbage Face Punch. Currently, those are in testing for an engine update. They are subject to past testing, and they hope to deploy the updates in early to mid-February, so keep that in mind looking forward. Anyways, that is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there to check them out. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.